Good morning and welcome to the Onsen Budgie Smugglers with Yoshi and Crash series, season 2, episode 2, 11th of March 2022, coming to you simultaneously live from Kyoto in Japan and Northcote in Victoria in Australia. Welcome, Yosh. How are you, mate?
Good morning, guys. Good morning, Crash. I'm okay, thanks. You?
Yeah, very good, thanks. Lovely morning here in Melbourne. I think it's going to be low 20s this long weekend here in Melbourne. Summer hasn't quite left us yet. We're going to get some sort of high 20s later this week, but we're moving into autumn and moving into footy season.
Oh, it's good. What is the maximum temperature today? Do you know?
I think it's going to be at 21 here in Melbourne, so just very pleasant. Nice sunny day.
Oh, that's good. It's getting warm up to 23 degrees here in Kyoto and also in Osaka, I think. Then it's good to be in a fully training, after this podcast.
Yeah, so we're on pretty similar weather right now, both there and here. So on even footing, so to speak. So it's been a little while since our last show. There's been a fair bit going on. Yoshi, you want to share with us your highs and lows?
Highs, actually, as we have already talked about, the weather is getting warmer. Still like, 8, 10 degrees here, so, but the daytime is like getting warmer and it's lovely. And I had a day off on Thursday, and it was pleasant to kick free my own. That's nice, and the spring has come.
And so,
sorry.
No, sorry, mate. Carry on.
Low, fortunately, I have been overworking, then I get stressed easily, so I have to take indefinite leave from work in April.
Sorry to hear that, mate. But no doubt you'll use that time to turn things around.
Yeah, just I need like balance in my life. Like I barely do exercise these days. That's a problem at first. Then I need to get back on track, like by doing exercise, like riding the bike, kicking free. Then I need to feel better inside. That's why I need a break from work.
Yeah, all those things that get you feeling good inside, get the blood pumping, get out and get feeling good, definitely can help.
Sure, that's true. Yeah. Also, I have to get to see a doctor this afternoon because I got think athlete's foot as well.
Mate, it's a rough time at the moment.
Yeah, tough time, but I'll get over. Should be all right.
Better times ahead, Josh. Better times ahead. So I've also had some big changes in my life. My partner, Annabelle, who had terminal cancer, passed away from a recurrence of breast cancer now a couple of months back. But very hard time in my life to lose Annabelle. She's very dear to me. She's super positive and always thought she was going to beat cancer, but unfortunately, in the end, she didn't.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Certainly leaves a big hole in my life. So, but she's a very positive person, and she liked listening to our podcast. By the way, she was one of our regular viewers. But very positive, and I'll go on with her spirit in living a positive life going forwards. So also in that time, I've started a new job. So I finished up in my old job sort of late last year and had a period, which was actually fortunate, where I could spend a lot more time with Annabelle through those months towards the end of her life. And but started a new job in Melbourne with an environmental monitoring company, and that's really exciting and going very well. I'm a couple of weeks into that, and there's great people there. And really enjoying that working. So that's fantastic.
Nice.
And my oldest child has just started university this week, so that's also pretty exciting. And she's pretty excited about it. I think the first thing she had to report back to me was, "Dad, they have a bar at the uni." She thought that was pretty exciting, but I said that's pretty standard.
What is he or she studying at the university?
She's studying speech pathology, so she wants to work with kids and help them.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Nice. For your new job, what is the role? What's the responsibility?
Yeah, so I'm operations manager there. So basically, overseeing. So it's a company that sells equipment, rents equipment, has a monitoring team, and also a sales team. So I'm sort of overseeing all of those people and making sure they have what they need to do their jobs well, I guess, is basically
Oh,
what my is.
that's like a environment monitoring, like a you are selling like equipment or like any
Yeah, equipment, but also putting together projects where we'll look at a site and look at all the things they need monitoring and put together a system for them to monitor everything and have all that data sort of readily available on a dashboard, so they can then take that and put that into models or compliance with the EPA and that sort of thing.
that's good. Like are you installing like the equipment as well?
Yes.
Or everything like a project?
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah, so it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, beautiful.
So
Nice.
let's have a look at what's happening in Japan this week. I think you've got a little topic there for us to talk about.
Sure. The headline reads three arrested in Japan for sushi terrorism pranks.
Sushi terrorism.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I think most of us love a bit of sushi. Uh,
Yeah.
Probably Japan's most famous dish. You can
Yeah.
get it pretty much anywhere in the world these days, but sushi terrorism prank. So I don't know if has university just started there again in Japan. I'm wondering if it's linked to like the starting of university year, that there might be some students doing some sort of pranks and putting something weird in the food.
Quite close, but what happens like sushi train restaurants, sushi belt conveyor restaurants in Japan, they have issues like some youngsters upload a video like in inappropriate behaviors. Like in this case, they grabbed a sushi from the train track, like a belt conveyors, then leak on the sushi, then get it back in the train track. Also, they grab the soy, bowl of soy sauce like shared with other customers and leak into the mouth and drunk straight away from the bottle. Then
Right.
they disturb the business. That's why they are arrested by the police.
So in Japan, what sort of punishment can these sushi terrorists expect?
Probably, I guess they will be fined or they will be in a jail for like maybe 4 weeks. I'm not sure. Like I have to get an update, so I can only guess.
Fair enough. Well, do you think it'll spark any sort of copycat uh, crimes of other people doing this sushi terrorism, or it's kind of this one group?
Copycat, like because so many similar cases are reported to the police. Like it was a big news in Japan a couple months ago as well.
So does this make you personally feel nervous to go and get your sushi?
I have to admit, yes. on my birthday, in February, I was thinking about, what to eat, where to have drinks. Then I wanted to have sushi, but I feel like, not really like if somebody does like such kind of stuff, then I feel unsafe. It's not a good place to celebrate my 50th birthday. So I picked as a place to go.
So, how did you celebrate your 50th birthday, Yosh?
Um, I went to the railway museum in the morning, then he's standing by in Kyobashi in Osaka, in the evening.
Well, I'll firstly say welcome to the 50 Club, and
That's
and a
right.
belated happy birthday from myself and anyone else that's watching. I'm sure they'd be wishing you a happy birthday as well.
Thanks, Crash.
No worries, mate. My little topic I've got to discuss this week is elbow rides in India's Batmobile.
Right. I'm not sure about India's in the bike, but probably like,
So
tandem bike
I'll
something.
just, I'll just give you a little clue here. Elbow is the nickname given to Australia's Prime Minister. So
Right.
his name is Anthony Albanese, but as you know, Australians like to give short little nicknames, so everybody knows him as Elbow.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Uh, he had a meeting with India, like, because of the defense, meeting with
Yeah.
Japan, the US. Then they try to work together to combat, from a Chinese, decent attack, I think. That's a headline, I guess.
Yeah. No, it's very much related to that. So Elbow is over in India at the moment, meeting with the Indian Prime Minister, and certainly got diplomatic and defence talks and trade talks going on.
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember the sort of footage from way back in the AFL Grand Final in 1991.
yeah,
Angry Anderson, who's an Australian singer, and Rob De Castella, who was an Australian Olympic runner, came out
yeah.
and did a lap at VFL Park around the ground in what they called the Batmobile, which was a big blue car.
Mm-hmm.
Coincidentally, just in recent years, been bought by a friend of mine and his brother and a group of Hawthorn supporters who've bought that
Mm-hmm.
piece of memorabilia. But a similar sort of ceremonial vehicle for Anthony Albanese and the Indian Prime Minister Modi, where they went out on the Test cricket ground in India in front of probably about 80,000 people, and
Mm-hmm.
rode around the ground and took the adulation of the crowd. So certainly caused a bit of interest here in Australia, and the reflection back to that 1991 grand final.
Wow, interesting. He was
Yeah.
on the in the cricket match.
Yes. Yeah. So they had a break in the cricket match at lunchtime, and those two sort of went out around the ground, and the crowd was cheering out to them. So it was
Oh,
amusing scenes.
oh. Why politician is on the cricket, pitch and do something sort of stuff? Is there any purpose or just a performance? Or...
Yeah, no, really just to try and gain favor with the with the population, with the voters, I guess.
Right. He wants to get a popularity on the uh, cricket ground.
Yeah, because cricket is the main game of India, so it's very popular. So I guess associating himself with cricket and the Indian cricket team is probably works for him, I guess.
Right. Makes sense, understand. Then shows a bond between Australia and India as
Yes,
well.
yes, very much.
Wow.
Yeah.
So interesting.
So as I said, kind of moving on now, I guess, weather-wise in Australia from cricket season into footy season,
Yeah,
and you're also moving on into footy season there in Japan. So
yeah,
the AFL season about to start this week. I thought
yeah,
we'd get footy talk, probably what you and I do best, Josh, is talk about
yeah,
footy. So we'll have a look at the AFL season, just make a few little predictions
yeah,
as to what we think might happen this season.
yeah.
So, firstly, the premiers. Who do you think is going to win the flag in the 2023 AFL season?
Uh, it's hard to predict, but actually, either Geelong or either D's or Brisbane. Probably. Oh, it's hard. Probably. Uh, Let me to think. Probably I would pick Swans.
The Swannies, yeah, they come back from that big grand final loss last year with a vengeance.
Yeah. You?
I'm going to pick the Demons. I like the fact that they've got Brady Grundy in there. They were thereabouts last year, dropped away.
Mm-hmm.
In their finals performances weren't quite so good, but I think they'll probably come back and be pretty strong this year. So I'm going to go with the Demons.
Right. Nice. Good. Good perceptions. Good
Now,
prediction.
now I'm going to give you my top 8 prediction.
Mm,
I probably haven't given you enough time to put one together.
It's
So
alright.
up to you whether you want to go with the top 8. You've rolled off 3 or 4 there already, so it might not be too difficult to put another 4 in. I'll give you mine. So I'm going for Melbourne to beat Brisbane in the grand final, and then
Mm?
Geelong, Richmond, Western Bulldogs, Sydney, Gold Coast, and Fremantle. So Gold Coast to make the finals is my prediction.
Oh, what makes you think Gold Coast on the top 8?
Look, I just think they've been on the build. They've got a good sort of forward setup now. I like their midfield setup. So it's a bit disappointing they've lost Isaac Rankin
Yeah.
over to Adelaide, but I think they can carry on and keep improving into the finals this year.
Right. So
Sorry.
okay. Let me do top 4.
Yep.
Demons, Swans, Brisbane, and the Western Bulldogs.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
all I think.
You're going to leave it at that for now.
Yeah. It's
That's all
hard to
right.
predict. I wish I could have more time to see everything on the footy, but I don't have time because
That's poor production from my end, not giving you enough time for that.
it's all right.
Um,
No, it's all right. I
all
need
right.
to I need to get a balanced life.
Yeah,
It's not your fault. It's my fault as well.
that's all right. Brownlow medal prediction.
Hmm?
Who do you think will win the Brownlow medal?
Oh, right. It's another hard question. I haven't, seen the statistics. Sorry, I
Yoshi, I'll
haven't
forgive you if you just want to pick who you think from St Kilda will win it.
St. Kilda. If it's a St. Kilda player, Jack Sinclair.
Fair enough. Let's just lock Jack Sinclair in.
Yeah.
For me, I'm going to say again with that Gold Coast Suns team that took Miller, who was runner up this year. I'm going to say he's going to go one better this year and take out the medal.
Wow. Wow. Nice. Some Gold Coast flying high.
We shall
Gold Coast
see.
sunshine. Gold Coast signs. Wow.
The Coleman medal, so that's for the leading goal kicker.
Yeah.
Good to win that, Josh.
It's hard question as well. I can't predict. Sorry, mate.
That's all right. I'm going to go with Jeremy Cameron from Geelong.
Oh,
Very strong forward. He's had a couple of really good seasons there at Geelong, and I see no reason why he can't take out the medal this year.
I agree. Yeah, he's strong. I agree. Jamie Cameron. Yeah.
All right, we'll move on to the AFL round one tips. Yep. So Thursday night, we've got the season kickoff this Thursday night between Richmond and Carlton. Who's your pick there, Yosh?
Carlton.
I'm going to go with the Tigers. Certainly, they looked a bit beat up last season and really struggled towards the end of the year, but I think they'll be fresh and good to go. And I think overall, their list is probably better than Carlton's, but we saw Carlton have a really good season last year, who they also just fell away at the end. So it's going to certainly be a great match, and probably the most interest has been in that Richmond Carlton match for a number of years, with both teams being reasonably strong.
Yeah.
Cats versus Pies Friday night at the MCG.
I pick Geelong. Geelong are so organized. I think I pick Geelong.
Yeah, I think so. I'd go with Geelong as well. I think they've recruited well. So, they're the premiers last year. Joel Selwood's retired, obviously, but
Yeah.
they recruited well, and I think that they'll be very strong again. The Pies had a great season last year, and they do have a strong list. Their midfield's looking really good. They've now got Tom Mitchell from Hawthorn in there as well. But still the Cats for me.
That's right. Right.
Saturday, North Melbourne versus the West Coast Eagles. So 2 teams from the bottom end of the ladder last year. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah. I pick Eagles. Like North Melbourne are not good this year, so it's hard to predict, but I pick Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to go based on the fact that it's going to be in Melbourne. I'm going to go with North, with the Eagles travelling. North obviously wooden spooners last year, but I can see them improving this year. Not maybe not to the finals, but certainly improving.
Yeah.
Saturday afternoon, Port Adelaide versus Brisbane, being played in Adelaide.
Yeah. Brisbane are strong, and doesn't matter about the away, like traveling. So I pick Brisbane.
Yeah, I'll go with Brisbane as well. It should be reasonably warm in Adelaide on next Saturday, so I expect that Brisbane will flourish in those conditions and do have a stronger list. Saturday night, Melbourne versus the Western Bulldogs.
These are so strong, like I had the result between the D's and St Kilda, and these are too good, and they have a home advantages, so I pick the D's.
Yeah, I'm with the D's as well. As I said, I think they're certainly going to carry on from where their season left. The home and away season last year, very strong. And they did fall off in the finals a little bit, but I expect them to win. Don't be surprised after the Bulldogs pull off an upset here. Their list is very good this year, and they will be strong.
Yeah.
On Saturday night, the other game is the Gold Coast Suns versus Sydney up at the Gold Coast.
I pick Sunnis.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Suns. I got to stick with them. I said they're going to make the finals this year. So, yeah, Sydney do have a great list. It looks like Buddy's going to be playing and up and about. But yeah, don't discount the young guns from the Suns. All right, on Sunday, the Giants host the Crows on Sunday afternoon.
I pick Giants. They are not good, both teams are not good, but Giants are the home advantages, and they will show big Giants.
Yeah, I think that big sound. I think we'll hear that coming from the Giants. I'm going to go with them as well. Sunday afternoon, 3:20, the Hawks take on the Bombers at the MCG.
I pick your club, your Hawks.
Yeah, I'd like to pick the Hawks, but I'm going to have to go against them. I'm sorry. The Bombers are just a bit more advanced in what they're doing their redevelopment, and I think they will beat Hawthorn. I hope I'm wrong.
You're right.
And the final game of the round, you had to wait to the very last one, Yosh. St Kilda versus Freo, the return of Ross the Boss.
Ross the Boss. Ross the Boss back to the old and new clubs, and he'll take everything on his own. Like, when he crossed the bridge to Fremantle, jump on the ship to Fremantle, his Dockers won, then time for St. to get back the win. So St. Kilda to win.
I think it's very lucky for Ross that this game's not being played in Fremantle and having to deal with the Western Australians over there being fairly cranky at him. So he's got that at home against Freo. I'm going to go with Fremantle. I think their improvement last year was strong, and I think they're going to be right up there again this year. So sorry, Yosh. I think Freo might. So that's our tips. Yosh, how are things going at the Osaka Dingoes? What's your season looking like this year?
Actually, we are doing a decent trainings and more intense, like rolling the ball and pick up and the handball and kick. Like we have small numbers these days, but we are getting stronger, I think. Then we are hosting the Anzac Day Cup, on 22nd of April. So we try to get more people, like, as soon as footy season starts, and we need to attract more people into the club.
Well, good luck with that. And anyone out there knows anyone in Osaka wants to play footy, contact us, get onto Yoshi and get down there for a kick.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Matt.
And I did also see just a couple of days ago there that the Asian Championships have been announced. They're going to be held in Thailand in September.
Yeah.
Do you think you're any chance to get there, Yoshi?
If I have enough money, I could go, but I don't think so, unfortunately.
Okay, well, hopefully you get back on track, get yourself that nice high-paying job, and maybe I'll see you in Thailand.
Yeah, we will.
All right, mate. It's been really good to get back talking to you. We'll be hopefully doing it much more often now and doing our up and our footy tips and everything. So good to talk to you, mate. Have a great weekend and get a few kicks at training today.
Cheers, mate. And it's lovely to talk to you. And have a good week and enjoy footy.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah.
See ya.